Who was Bernile Nienau? Oh, hey, today I'll tell you the story of the Fuhrer's little girl, better called Rosa Bernhardine Nienau. What's the connection between a little girl with blue eyes and blonde hair and the most powerful man in Germany in the 1930s? Let's start from the roots. Bernile Nienau was born in Dortmund in 1926. Her parents were a doctor, her father and her mother a nurse. Her father passed away before Nienau was born. Following the death of her father, she moved with her mother to Munich in 1928. How did our dear friend Adolf Hitler, better known as Mustache, and this little girl meet? They met in Berghof, in Hitler's large house and palace, on the 20th of April 1933, the birthday of Hitler, and also of the tender Nienau. Nienau's mother wanted to show off her daughter and make her known to the great Fuhrer, who at the time was not yet the leader of Germany. A bit ironic to say, right, Jeff? From that fateful meeting, a bizarre friendship was born. Bizarre because how could a man who killed millions of Jewish children and people in the following years be so good to an unknown little girl? Well, let's just say that there was a dark side, because this little girl was used by Hitler precisely for propaganda purposes. The very famous photographer of what would later become a deranged madman was Mr. Heinrich Hoffman, who took many photos portraying the little girl and the powerful dictator, in which you could see the two together smiling in the midst of beautiful landscapes free in nature. Furthermore, at the time, it very rarely happened that Mr. Hoffman's photos became postcards with a special dedication on them made by the Fuhrer. We'll stop for a moment, and I invite you to make a very simple click on the subscribe button and a nice blue thumbs up to help us make these beautiful videos. Let's get back to this. What happened that stopped this friendship? Well, you must know that the Nazi secretary Martin Bormann investigated Bernile's past and discovered that the grandmother was Jewish. So he forbade the two from dating due to the racial laws of the time, and also forbade the photographer Hoffman not to spread the photos of her child precisely because if it became known that there was a Jewish descendant in the Berghof, it would have been very bad propaganda. The photographer told the story to Hitler so much so that there was this sentence between the two, in which Hitler referred to Bormann, the secretary, saying, "There are people who have real talent, to ruin my every joy." It was also discovered that while Nienau and Adolf were dating, Adolf knew that his grandmother was Jewish, but hid the discovery in order to keep the little girl in close contact. Did they feel more like the powerful man and the sweet little girl? After the ban on seeing each other, the two chatted through an exchange of letters. 17 letters exchanged from the 1st of January 1935 to the 12th of November 1939. One of them quoted these words: Munich, September 27, 36. Dear Uncle Bruckner, today I have a lot to tell you. During the holidays we were on the Ober Salzburg, and I was twice admitted into the presence of dear Uncle Hitler. Unfortunately, you were never awake. I'm already working on the Christmas task. I sewed some socks for Uncle Hitler because I asked him if he liked the ones from last year. He said yes. This year I can knit with finer wool. Mommy just helps me with the heel. The socks are very warm, and since he always travels so much, his feet won't feel cold. Many greetings and kisses from your Bernile and your mother. However, after the war broke out, despite the news of the Jewish grandmother, Hitler saved her and her family with special protections. Dear Nienau, she died at the age of 17 due to spinal polio in the Munich hospital in 1943. We shared this story with you to make you think about how it's possible that perhaps even in the meanest souls in the world, there was a bit of goodness and love. See you next time. We also recommend these videos that'll appear on your screen.